CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Marino back to pass, fires into the end zone. Great catch for a touchdown, Miami. How magnificent was that?
It has been one of the league's longest journeys. The Super Bowl in only his second season. But another legend dominated that day. And Dan Marino has grown gray, waiting for a second chance. The clock winding down. Every game, every play critical. For this season may be that chance, his last best chance. Welcome to Charlotte, where today the Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers meet for the first time. Pressure's on Miami to keep winning as the Dolphins are in a first-place tie with the Jets in the AFC East with 7 games to play. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese. What better time? What better season for a true legend of the fall? Dan Marino to lead his Dolphins to the Super Bowl. Jimmy Johnson told us a short time ago that Marino looked better passing the ball in practice this week than at any time in the 3 years they've been together. Could light it up today, Beasley.
Well, he is going against Carolina's defense, and they are ranked 30th in the land. So when you've got Dan Marino versus 30th in the land, we might see some explosions today.
The word around the league is the Carolina Panthers are a lot better than their 1-8 record. 6 of the losses coming in the last minute of play, and they do have a great pass rusher in Kevin Greene.
What I like about Kevin, we talked to him yesterday. I asked him, are you going to do some fakes? He said, I don't fake. I go straight to the quarterback.
And he's gotten them 13 times this season, more than any pass rusher in the league. Opening kickoff in a moment. There was a lot of rain in the recent days in Charlotte, but now bright and sunny. Temperature in the 60s, a perfect day on this natural grass field. John Casey will kick the ball off for the Carolina Panthers, coming off a heartbreaking loss last week at San Francisco. And there is the sensational rookie for the Dolphins, John Avery from Ole Miss. He grew up in Asheville, North Carolina. Anytime he gets the ball, could be 6 points at the end of his return.
Well, Don, I think we can expect the Miami Dolphins to continue to try the run. But as I said a few minutes ago, Marino might have to put it in the air. Carolina's rated so low in pass defense.
Here's Avery across the 20. Penalty marker comes in as Avery has a very short return. He's been returning the ball very well. By that time they knock him down, and there's going to be a blocking foul signaled against the Dolphins on the return.
Illegal block, number 53 on the return. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Dan Marino in his 16th year at quarterback. There's his blockers. Brent Smith starting only his 2nd NFL game at left tackle for the injured Richmond Webb. In the backfield, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Pritchett. Oronde Gadsden and O.J. McDuffie, the receivers. Tight end is Troy Drayton. Jimmy Johnson, he gave no days off after last week's win over the Indianapolis Colts. He didn't like those 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns his Dolphins gave up. And he was very praiseworthy of the Miami Dolphins in the way they practiced this week. They've looked sharp coming up to this game, and they'll have to. Carolina will be with them till the end. Handoff, darting into the gap, breaking it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he is out to the 15-yard line where the rookie strong safety Damian Richardson, 39, makes the stop. Across the defensive front, rookie Jason Peter, big Mike Fox, and Sean Gilbert, the NFL's richest lineman. Kevin Greene, Brady, Barrow, and Lloyd back to line. Eric Davis, the best corner. Often they'll be going at him. Safeties are Brent Alexander and Richardson. Good run on first down, 2nd down and 8. Marino again on a cutback run. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with great blocking down the field by the wide receiver Oronde Gadsden runs the ball all the way out to the 37-yard line. Rene Alexander finally knocks him out of bounds after a 24-yard gain.
Well, look at the blocking on this play. You're going to get a nice freeze back in here, and then Abdul-Jabbar always tries to find the cutback. Watch him as he started off. The center gets a real good block. Tim Ruddy closes off the line, and then Kareem, he reads the blocking so well and always looks for the back door of the offensive play.
And the back door wide open for a 24-yard gain. So the Dolphins moving the ball, running it on this opening possession. Marino fires in the flat. Beautifully timed throw. Again, the ball is in the hands of number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's been the offense so far. Dom Capers had a sensational start here in Carolina. His first team, expansion team, 7-9. The next year, their second year, they won the division, beat Dallas in a playoff game, went to the NFC title game at Green Bay, finished 13-5. Now they've tailed off. 7-9 last year, 1-8 this year. They've had an inordinate number of injuries, but as Kevin Green says, don't count us out. We're going to fight to the end in every game. On second down, Marino guns the ball in the flat, gets his man close to a Miami first down. Steve Lofton makes the stop.
You know, Don, I don't know who in the National Football League throws the ball with less effort than Dan Marino. Every spiral is completely tight. Every ball is right on the money. That's why this guy has almost all of the passing records in the National Football League.
He leads in attempts, completions, yardage, touchdowns. Oronde Gadsden on the receiving end of the last one. He can go up and get it. Now the Dolphins on 3rd and short. Less than a yard at the 47-yard line. Here's a run blitz. Turning the corner is the rookie Avery, and he gets the first down. Those lightning moves as he bounces to the outside, run out of bounds by linebacker Mike Barrow. But the Dolphins drive on.
You know what? This is all too easy. Watch how they close off this side of the line. This is absolutely too easy. Look at that. It is totally blocked off, leaving a nice little door for Avery to run through. Or Carolina's got to pick it up. That is too easy.
3rd and short. They get the first down, and the ball is advanced now to the 47-yard line of the Panthers. Marino on 1st and 10 rushes on, and he has to release the ball as Mike Fox, number 93 at 6'8", 295 pounds, put the heat on.
Dan Marino does not get sacked very often, so you see why he gets rid of the ball. Pressure comes right up the middle, and it's too fast for even Dan Marino. Now, you noticed how Danny just moved a couple of steps up into the pocket. That avoids the sack and allows him to get rid of it. Watch the step right there. See, people say Dan Marino is slow of foot. He's quick of foot inside the pocket.
Well, when we met with him last night, it was evident he's got his weight down.
Boy, looks good. Oh,
looks real good. And he's coming off a sensational game against the Colts. 16 of 19 for 192 yards and 2 TDs in the first half last week. Marino throws and makes the connection down inside the 35-yard line. Lamar Thomas, a former Miami Hurricane, coming down with the ball for a 12-yard gain and a Dolphin first down.
Well, that's one of those plays, Don, where the quarterback intentionally throws behind the receiver. It's almost impossible to cover. They're running downfield, stretch to stretch, stride for stride. The ball is behind him, and you see quickly Lamar knows it's coming behind him. He stops and makes the easy reception.
Lenny McGill was defending on the play. Well, the Dolphins opening drive starting deep in their own end after the penalty on the kickoff return, moving nicely. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar breaks another one. He's heading inside the 15, and he's down to the 9-yard line. Greg Lloyd finally got him on the turf, and he got him down 23 yards downfield. So Jimmy Johnson Beasley, who wants to run the ball, has to be pleased with this.
Well, everything is too easy. It's the right side of the line right in here. I mean, that's just, the holes are too big. Carolina is making everything too easy for this Dolphin football team. Now, the Dolphins defense is among the best in the league. The offense has struggled. Look at the hole here. Look at that. You could put a truck through that. There were 2 holes, one on the left, one on the right. Abdul had his choice, took the one on the right.
Abdul averaging only 3.5 a carry, but that average is going to jump up now. Here is an end around as the Dolphins, working well, get the ball over to Hendrick Lusk at tight end. Rene Alexander gets him down, but it's inside the 5-yard line as the Dolphins are now knocking on the end zone.
Well, let me tell you something. They are just pulling everything out of the box early is Coach Jimmy Johnson. A reverse when everything is working.
Jimmy Johnson was concerned about Carolina getting up on them. He said, we really want to get something going and get up on these guys early so we can run our offense and don't have to play catch up. Because Beuerlein has really moved the Panthers in recent games, their quarterback. He's not been on the field yet as the Dolphins continue to drive on. Here's Marino, handoff, cutting back. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down to the 1-yard line. Got a couple. Jason Peter, a rookie from Nebraska, #1 pick. 97 made the stop.
Well, Michael Barrow and Jeff Brady, the inside linebackers for Carolina, have got to slow down their pursuit just a little bit. They are overrunning almost every play. Jabbar's got 4 carries for 55 yards already. The primary reason is that the linebackers are overrunning the play, leaving the cutback hole wide open.
And he's been finding that open door, and now comes up to 3rd down and goal from a yard away for Miami. Handoff. Touchdown Dolphins as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in the end zone. His 5th touchdown of the season. So the Dolphins, who practiced so well and gained the praise of their coach, Jimmy Johnson, show playoff form coming right down the field in one of their best drives of this season.
That was just absolutely beautiful. Marino orchestrating the perfect drive, perfect passing, perfect calling. You know, when he walks up to the line and looks at the fronts, he decides what he's going to do, if he needs to change the play or not, and no one is better.
Now the extra point. Hit up and good by Orlando Mare. Abdul-Jabbar with his 31st rushing touchdown in the last 3 years. That's second only to Terrell Davis of Denver in the same period. Dolphins kick off when we come back. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese back at Charlotte, where the Dolphins have just gone 92 yards in 11 plays on the opening drive. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the payoff end. There he is, getting his 5th touchdown of this season, his 31st as a Dolphin in the 3 years he's been with them. Orlando Mare ready to kick off. Former Olympic sprinter Michael Bates is back. Here's Bates from the 3-yard line, bobbling the ball, gets it on a 1-hop. Look out. Bates. Mare to beat. He did it. But they get him out of bounds. Out to the 46-yard line. Here comes Beuerlein on the offense as the NFL on CBS continues.
Engineered to be great cars. And by 10-10-2-20.
The scoring drive impressive. 92 yards in 11 plays. Abdul-Jabbar Beasley with a lot of those yards.
Well, he really controlled it. He had 57 of the 92 yards in the drive, and running game working to perfection, even caught a pass.
Marino threw 4 times for 23 yards in the drive. Here's Beuerlein, who's got 65% completions, but he is sacked by Robert Jones, a former Dallas Cowboy and a comeback story. As we look now at the starting lineups, Beuerlein hit from behind as he's about to release the ball. Beuerlein, a 4-year starter at Notre Dame, stepping in after Kerry Collins left the team. Brockermeyer, Garcia, Stoltenberg, Campbell, and David Garrido across the front. Fred Lane, a free agent's their best runner. William Floyd's the blocker. Their tight end, Wesley Walls, is a 2-time Pro Bowl starter. Handoff straight ahead. They get the ball ahead for about 3 yards as Fred Lane runs the ball. He's averaging just 3.4 a rush. The Dolphins defense now grades out number 4 overall with rookie Kenny Mixon, Tim Bowens, Daryl Gardner, and Jason Taylor across the front. Derek Rogers, Zach Thomas, who everyone calls the heart of the Dolphin defense, in the middle, and Robert Jones on the right side. Buckley and Madison at the corners. The former Cowboy Brock Marion, a safety, along with Calvin Jackson. It's now 3rd down, and they actually lost a yard where the ball is spotted. It'll be 3rd and 11. Beuerlein steps into the pocket, fires down the field to Regid Ismail. He's having a sensational year, the Rocket, with a 15-yard gain, his 43rd catch of the year, and it's a 1st down for Carolina.
This is a sensational route and an even more beautiful throw. Here's Rakid in the slot, lined up. We know how fast he is. We followed him for years. And then on the snap of the ball, the guy is just nice, straight up. Watch him break to the inside. That's a perfect route, and look where the ball is. I mean, he never has to slow up, nothing.
His high speed is as fast as anybody out there. Here's another throw and catch to Wesley Walls. Beuerlein, who just signed a $9 million contract extension. They talk about his leadership. He's really been an important part of this team. Collins, of course, felt he couldn't quarterback here anymore. The high draft choice out of Penn State led him to the playoffs in '96. Now Beuerlein is the guy they're going to, and he's got some of the best numbers in the league. 97 quarterback rating. That's going up in this game with 2 throws and 2 completions. And Fred Lane looks for room, and he finds him in the Dolphin defense. Cracks inside the 35-yard line. Zach Thomas gets him down, but he doesn't. 7 yards downfield.
This is a very encouraging drive so far for the Carolina Panthers. They have not been able to run the ball. And the last 2 plays, they have run the ball. And the last 2 runs, they've done a real good job at it. Fred Lane's just kind of dipping in and out. That's what the good ones do. Found a little yardage there.
They're only averaging 3.2 a rush this season, Carolina, but they are running well, brief as this drive has been. Miami up, as you see, 7-0. Handoff to William Floyd, the big fullback. Makes it straight ahead, and William Floyd cracking in. 5th year out of Florida State, known for his blocking.
Miami's defense is very basic. That's what Steve Beuerlein told us. They don't try to fool you. You'll get your straight alignment. They line up in an even almost on every play. That's the same number of guys on each side of the ball. They will blitz on 3rd and long, and that's about it. So, you know, if you know what you're doing, you won't be fooled by Miami's defense, but you have to beat them.
And it's very fast defense. Here is Raghib Ismail darting inside. Zach Thomas gets him down, but it's a 12-yard gain as the Rocket is detonating in this game.
Well, this is like a breakout NFL year for the Rocket. He came into the game with 42 catches. He's got 2 more already, and just look how he's able to separate himself. The reason Zach Thomas you see covering or chasing Raghib there, it's a zone. Miami's very basic. Zach read where the quarterback was looking and ended up close to the play.
And Beuerlein perfect in this drive, throwing the ball 3 for 3 for 34 yards. Looks to the end zone, and he overshoots. Coming off the flank was Raghib Ismail, and Beuerlein knew he had him if he got the ball a bit closer. Rocket making a diving try.
Now Beuerlein leads the National Football League in completion percentage at 65% coming into this game. That's why you saw that reaction. He does not miss very often. Very accurate passer, and has done a great job for Coach Capers since he came in, and really, as Don was describing, a controversial situation with the other quarterback. Kind of settled things down a little bit.
Very much so. It's news when somebody scores on Miami in the first quarter. Dolphins have given up only 7 points in the first quarter all season. Fred Lane ran at that time. Zach Thomas got him. A guy who's never been criticized, Zach Thomas. His play has been so consistent both in the games and in practice. Terrific guy. A 6th round draft choice out of Texas Tech. What a player. Had 19 tackles in the game against Buffalo this year.
He said he wants to be a coach after football, and said that if he is a coach, you see his height, 5'11", that is miniature linebacker by NFL standards. He says he will look for players who produce, playmakers. That's all he'll be concerned with.
Yeah, he's not going to look at size. Nobody looked at his and they gave him a chance. As now they try to go again to Rocket Ismail and overshoot him, so the drive stalls. And out to try a field goal is John Casey, who's struggled a bit this year. Has hit 10 of 16, but Casey is one of the best long kickers in the league. And here in this long snap is Danny Villa. They just picked him up this week. He was working for his father-in-law's at Chimney Sweep. They wear high hats, Beasley, like you had on the pregame.
That is absolutely unbelievable. He said that the motion of cleaning a chimney is the same as the snapping motion. So he solves a problem. We'll see if he solves the problem right here. Nice snap.
Nice snap. Nice set down. Good kick. And the Panthers are on the board, so they cut into the Dolphin lead. It is now 7-3. Miami in the lead. Dolphins will be looking for the kickoff. The NFL on CBS continues. 3:54 left to go in the first quarter. Ericsson Stadium sold out. It always is, as the Carolina Panthers now, after the extended drive and the field goal by Casey, are ready to kick it off. And again, the very fast rookie John Avery is back deep for Miami. He didn't do much on the opening kickoff return of the game. In fact, there was a blocking foul. Got them back to their 8, but they went 92 yards for the opening score. High spinning kick. Avery from the 10. Look at that cutback. Avery all the way out, and another foul is called as a penalty markers thrown in after a 21-yard return. Richardson, number 39, was on the tackle for Carolina. Jerry Markbright's our referee.
Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Almost every time we see a kick, there's a penalty in the league. That's all season. It's ridiculous.
There's Dan Marino ready to run the offense. Word just came in that Kerry Collins just threw a touchdown pass for New Orleans, Beasley. Rookie tight end Cam Cleland. First start for the Saints for Collins. Here's a handoff, and the rookie John Avery working his way into the Carolina defense. They slam the door. Jeff Brady, free agent, makes the stop.
This Carolina defense is an interesting story. You see, in '96 they were very highly rated, and look how they have gone down over the years. Well, in '96 the zone blitz was relatively new. It was Don Capers, Bill Cowher at Pittsburgh running it. By '97 and '98, especially this year, everybody runs the zone blitz. The offenses have caught up with it, and as a result, Carolina is starting to fall off a lot.
Well, as you pointed out earlier, their pass defense is last. Here is a throw by Marino to his tight end, beautifully triggered in. It is Troy Drayton ahead for a first down on a second down play. Tackled by Kevin Green, who prides himself on being a complete linebacker. He said, sometimes I don't even want to rush the passer. I like to cover and make the hits.
Well, look at his balance here. You see his footwork, reading the quarterback. You saw him pull his head to the right a little bit to see what receivers were coming across the field. He picked up the tight end and made the tackle. He prides himself on doing all of the responsibilities inherent to the outside linebacker position.
14-year veteran from Auburn, Kevin Green. He was a walk-on there. Marino fires down the field, comes in high, saw the coverage was there, and now that gives us a chance to go to New York and to Jim Nantz. Jim?
All right, guys, what about Randall Cunningham? Had the surgery on the knee earlier this week. Doesn't stop him here. He runs it in from 3 yards out, but Minnesota strikes first. And let's go back to you, Don and Beasley.
Thank you, Jim. How do these guys do that?
You know what? It's the miracle of modern medicine.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. The guy has an operation last week, on Monday, I believe, and starts today.
Didn't even know he was starting. It was news to Randall and Kenny Green, the coach, announced it during the week. Said, I am starting? Okay. Hand off again. Avery, not big, but so fast. The first-round pick out of Ole Miss. 29th player picked in the first round. Only 185 pounds, but so fast.
This guy saw the hole and jumped through it so quickly. Very impressive. Two very good running backs. I don't think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gets his due for his accomplishment so far in the league. And Avery is another bright star. The guys are lucky to be playing for Jimmy because Jimmy is determined to run the ball. Running teams win championships. It's as simple as that.
Defense in the run game, that's the key. Avery talks about how helpful Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been to him, providing counsel even though they're competing at the same position. Marino throws up the middle. It is incomplete. So the Dolphins stall on third down. 3rd and 2. Eric Davis, a very good corner with 3 interceptions this season, breaks it up.
3 interceptions and triplets.
Yeah, he's got triplets. Said he and his wife didn't know what busy was till they had triplets.
This is not a man who gets a lot of sleep.
Never stops, he said.
He said, you think you know what it takes, but when you have triplets, it's just nonstop, feeding, changing. So he's got enough energy to make a play out there.
And the punt is hit downfield by Klaus Wilmsmeyer. Oliver Winslow, he's dangerous, and then there's a good open field tackle made as the Dolphins take him down. Coming down to make the play for Miami was Bernie Parmalee. 16-yard return, though, and the Panthers have it. Marino on the sideline looking over some of the pictures that come down from on high. What do they tell you? The defensive sets, Beasley?
Yeah, they tell you exactly what formations you're getting defensively, say 3rd and long, 3rd down. And on the other side, they're doing just the opposite. What formations are giving them trouble, what those tendencies are. Get a lot of information from those photos. They're instant today.
Carolina trailing by 4. Erline gets time, goes to Walls. What a pair of hands on Wesley Walls. He is terrific. A 31-yard reception.
The throw was terrific also. The throw was magnificent. Walls, a 2-time Pro Bowler the last 2 years. The concentration is exemplary. An outside release. Look at Beuerlein, how he waits. 2 men on the coverage. They break it up. Walls with the concentration to find it on the bobble in the air.
Fantastic. Wesley Walls in his 10th year from Ole Miss. He played behind CBS's Brent Jones at San Francisco. Didn't get much playing time, but he's been sensational here. He started in the Pro Bowl as Wesley Walls the last 2 years. The no-name defense of the Dolphins was the key to that unbeaten season. Then the Killer Bees came. Now in '98, a defense that was ranked #1 much of the season. Now it's 4th. No nickname yet.
Well, I think the nickname is the no nickname defense. You know, we were talking to Zach Thomas, and Zach said you have to earn a nickname. So it's too early is what the young guy says. But you know what? It's official right now. It's the no nickname defense.
At least for this day. As Beuerlein stands in, makes another connection, fires the ball to his big receiver, Muhsin Muhammad. His 42nd catch of the year. Brock Marion quickly gets him down. Now they're waving it off. And that'll do it. That's the end of the first quarter. Dolphins 7, Panthers 3 will return after this. Check out the NFL on America Online at Keyword Team NFL. That's Keyword Team NFL, and on the web at NFL.com. Log on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time to chat live with Jets quarterback Vinny Testaverde on America Online. Beuerlein leading the Carolina Panthers. Down now at the 38-yard line of the Dolphins. Beuerlein throws and comes in low, and a penalty marker is fired in by the line judge to the near sideline. Looking at Mark Carrier was Beuerlein. Holding against the Panthers. That'll set him back. That's a drive killer.
Holding,
usually.
Number 76, offense. Penalties declined. 4th down.
Alberto Davids Garrido, the right tackle called. The Dolphins will take the down, and
that'll kill you. It's on the right tackle right here. 76. Let's see what he does. See, he's driven back, and so he tries the hug WWF body technique.
Jim McNally checking him out. He's giving him an excuse, but Ken Waller's in now to pooch punt. Ball high, nicely done. Dolphins will let it hit, hope it goes in. It does not. It's down to the 1-yard line. Man, beautifully done. Now the special teams coverage coming down to get the ball was Jerron Bolden. NFL on CBS continues in a moment. Second quarter, the Dolphins on the opening drive of the game went 11 plays, 92 yards for a touchdown. Abdul-Jabbar on the payoff end. Now they start this drive at their 2-yard line. So let's see if Marino and the Dolphins can go 98.
Well, it's a perfect drive by Jimmy Johnson's standards so far when it comes to Miami's offense. 82 yards rushing total, 30 yards passing. That's the type of mix that Johnson wants.
Right now, Marino's got to get his team out of jail, backed up to their goal line. Couple of yards for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as big Sean Gilbert, who signed a $46.5 million contract after holding out all of last year, didn't play last season. The NFL comes alive on CBS Sports Live. Log on to the Players Chat Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and chat live with Jaguars quarterback Mark Brunell at cbs.sportsline.com on the web and AOL. Second and 8. Back to the run. They get some, but not enough. It'll be third now and about 5 as inside linebacker Jeff Brady makes the stop. Jeff Brady, a free agent playing on his 7th different team in the last 7 years.
You have to be ready to pack up and go.
Yeah,
in this league at times.
He's been good though with 3 sacks and 3 interceptions so far this season. Number 52 for Carolina.
It's been a bad defense, but they are playing pretty well right now. Carolina gives up an average of 125 yards a game. Take a look where they're ranked, 29th right now in the league. That's not good.
Marino in the shotgun. He needs 4. Waits, triggers the ball, gets his man. First down to the 22-yard line. Dan Marino gets the ball out to O.J. McDuffie with his 40th catch of the year. And a third down play, they connect for a 13-yard gain and a first down. Damian Richardson trying to cover, but the ball comes in perfectly.
That's why he's Danny. And look at the blocking up front. This is just beautiful pickup. See Danny as he slides up into the pocket to buy it a little more time and throws a strike. Another strike. Kevin Green pushed around the horn. It's a good job of blocking.
Big James Brown defending against him. And off as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cuts back, gets ahead for maybe 3 yards before the strong safety again hits him, Damian Richardson.
McDuffie on that last catch, it's his 56th consecutive game with at least 1 reception in the game. That's the 2nd longest in club history.
Get some idea about the numbers of Marino when you consider that with 396 touchdown passes, more than anyone, but Steve Berline, his counterpart, has 67 touchdown passes in 12 years in the league. Marino has 67 touchdown passes against the New York Jets alone. Unbelievable.
Against a particular team.
2nd and 7. Marino looks. Ball is intercepted. A tip ball. On the run is Kevin Green inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Joe Marino intercepted for just the 9th time this season. You saw the ball come off one pair of hands and right to Kevin Green, the all-pro pass rusher.
This still takes tremendous reaction time. This ball is thrown high. Watch Danny let it go falling back a little bit. See how it was thrown high. The receiver tried to go up and get it. It was tipped, but still Kevin Green had to have the reaction, the hand and eye coordination to bring it in. That's a good play by a guy having another all-pro season. Kevin Green.
Yeah, the guy told us yesterday we're going to fight to the end in every game. And this game has turned a bit now on that turnover. Panthers down 7-3. But 1st and 10 of the Dolphins, 15-yard line. Fred Lane turns the corner, and here is a marker fired in.
Well, I don't know how you can get around that corner that quickly without holding somebody.
That's what they did. Holding call against the Panthers.
Number 84, offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
The hold was on Robert Jones. Number 52 was being held.
Luther Broughton was the guy that got him, huh?
And that's the reason they could turn that corner. You don't run around a Miami defense that easily. The team is built on speed. Here's the hole right there. Now look, see the linebackers on the outside, yet he's still not able to get the left shoulder free. That's not even a good hold. There are techniques involved in holding.
And that's
they're cheating techniques that this guy hasn't mastered yet.
He's a long way from it. Backpedaling is Berline. Ball is slapped back. Berline almost had his own reception. Now he kicks the ball. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 20 at the 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense is just unlucky. You know, they've got 6 offensive linemen on injured reserve who were supposed to be contributors. And that's what's wrong with the team. I mean, you look at the receivers, the quarterback is good, the running backs are good. The offensive line has struggled at times, but you're seeing they're doing a pretty good job today.
As we now come to 2nd down. Long yardage. Fred Lane is thrown back. Dolphins have those huge defensive tackles in Tim Bowens and Darrell Gardner, 95 and 92, just blow things up the middle like they did then. Then they set it up for all that speed to run to the ball. The replay that sets up Zach Thomas as they occupy the blockers, Owens and Gardner. And Zach Thomas makes the stop, so that brings up 3rd down and 19. Miami blitz. They pick it up. Throw and a catch inside the 10-yard line. Let's see if they got to the 1st down marker. It appears they're going to be short. Wesley Walls with another terrific catch. Good for 16 yards. Dom Capers, to the dismay of the crowd, is sending his field goal unit out.
That's a good choice. Got a lot of football to play. I was talking about Carolina's offense. There are a lot of weapons. I mean, when you have an all-pro tight end, you got solid receivers on the outside. I mean, Don Capers has something to work with here if the offensive line could get healthy and hold on.
And here is John Casey as he hits his 2nd field goal of the day, and the Carolina Panthers inch closer, capitalizing on the Kevin Green interception. Panthers kick off when the NFL on CBS continues. Erickson Stadium. New dish on Thanksgiving. This one could come down to the last play. It's going to be a battle all the way. Carolina inching closer with just 1 win and 8 losses. 6 of the losses for the Panthers coming in the last minute of play. A 16-0 lead last week at San Francisco and ended up losing. Here comes John Avery with a kickoff return for the Miami Dolphins. And Avery is finally stuck and hard back at the 18-yard line. Linebacker Spencer Reed, number 54, got him. Dan Marino, Beasley, God's done it all, but the Carolina Panthers haven't.
Well, in the last 2 games, look how they have not cashed in off a turnover. Kevin Green gets the turnover. They end up with a field goal. Look at what they've done the last couple of games. Fumble is an interception. Couple of interceptions. They get 1 field goal, a punt. I mean, you go down the list, you see where the offense has failed to make big plays after the defense turned the ball over. And actually a field goal after a major turnover like that is acceptable, but it's disappointing. Kevin Green made the big play, and they came away with 3 points instead of 7.
That was Coach Dom Capers' lament when we talked to him yesterday. He said in the last 2 games we've been +7 in turnovers the last 2 games, and they've lost them both. Dolphins with a little better field position to start this drive, and they go right back to pounding the ball. This is Avery. Not much happening. Mike Barrow, standout linebacker, originally with the Oilers, a former Miami Hurricane, comes in and makes the tackle.
You know, Dan Marino is quarterbacking a pass offense that is rated 24th in the league, which is shocking. This guy is accepting this new run offense. Coach Johnson told us in a meeting yesterday that this week Dan looked better than ever, making the switches, calling the different plays, his passing arm, everything's sharp. But this is not a Dan Marino offense. This is a Jabbar Avery type thing.
This time it is Marino, and again the ball is tipped at the line. It looked like Jeff Brady, a linebacker, had a piece of it. Incomplete. That gives it a chance to go back to Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Don, check this out. 2nd and 29 for the Jets. Vinny Testaverde to Wayne Chrebet. He finds a seam in the secondary for the Colts, and it's his longest reception of his career. Touchdown ties the game at 10. And let's go back to Donna Beasley.
Thank you, Jim.
I love Wayne Chrebet. I absolutely
talk about an overachiever.
Love the guy.
Free agent who's one of the best 3rd down receivers in the league.
So you can really count on the kid. I mean, just, he's always there. Makes the catch.
Every game. Here's Marino getting time. Look at that throw right on the numbers of O.J. McDuffie. A 3rd down throw by Marino. And the big gain for the Dolphins all the way out to the 46-yard line. A 24-yard gain.
You give Dan Marino time and you're dead. You're a dead defense. You heard of a dead duck, you're a dead defense if you give this guy this kind of time. You know, the pattern is just strictly a simple little pattern. He turns out away from the defender. But the key to the play is the fact that the offensive line absolutely dominated Carolina. Gave Marino all the time. Look at this. This is beautiful. You can't let Marino look right and then turn left.
Checked every receiver.
Oh, my goodness.
Right through the progression. 1, 2, 3, and bang, he gets it downfield for 24 yards. Now Greg Lloyd, the former Steeler All-Pro, comes up to make the tackle on John Avery.
You know, Carolina just gave up another play of 20 yards or more. They've done that 54 times this season. Too many big plays.
Second down and 10 coming up. There's Greg Lloyd.
Quiet today.
Had some great years at Pittsburgh. Grew up in Miami, a Dolphin fan. Went to Fort Valley State. Now in his 12th year has had some injury problems, but can still run and tackle. Marino hands off right back to that power run. And the gain by Avery is out for about 3 yards. Monday on CBS, doctors aren't supposed to give in to temptation, but Ted Danson is being put to the test. Don't miss the new hit comedy Becker right after Raymond, Monday here on CBS.
You can't do Becker like that. You can't surround him like that. That's too much for one man to bet.
Getting good numbers. A good show. Becker. Monday night. Here's Marino with another third down. His team up by a single point. 7-6. He gets time. Now he starts to run out of it. Throws and almost is picked. All of a sudden Kevin Green came free. And he was on Marino.
That's the effect of a Kevin Green. People think you look for sacks. Kevin Green almost made Marino. Watch him. He's going to loop around. That's called a game. He starts two steps forward, loops around his teammates, comes from the backside, and he forced Marino to almost throw an interception. That ball bounced off the hands of a Carolina defender. It's not just sacks, folks. It's disrupting the timing of the offense.
And now the punt by Wilmsmeyer hits a long one downfield. And it carries into the Carolina end zone. So the Panthers on the touchback after the 50-yard punt, but only 30 net, will take over the ball. 1st and 10 at their 20, down by a point to Miami.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
Kevin Green on pace to break Mark Gastineau's all-time sack record for a season of 22. Almost had his 14th, did Kevin Green, as he almost got to Dan Marino, and then the errant throw almost intercepted. Now after the punt, the Panthers with Steve Berline at quarterback, ready to roll. His wife Kristen expecting tomorrow. She's going to be induced tomorrow, so he's got a lot on his mind as Berline, but he's also right on target to Wesley Walls again.
You know, let's look at Kevin Green. This guy is having the biggest day defensively of anybody out here right now. Kevin is right here. He's going to start up. That draws the attention of the offense and then loop back around. It's called a game. Notice how his teammates grab their offensive lineman and hold them, opening up that hole for Kevin. And boy, that pressure will make you do some stuff. It almost made Marino, the great Marino, throw an interception.
Green waiting a chance to get back out there. The Jets and the Colts still tied up. The Colts, Manning starting to come on. Buffalo and a pair of Christie field goals, leading New England, a team that seems to be into a tailspin. Randall Cunningham, despite knee surgery, running for the Vikings touchdown. Berline timing throw to the Rocket off the flank, and he dives across the 30-yard line for a first down.
The Rocket having a big day. You've got to have a lot of confidence in your receiver to throw that pass. Oh, what a great look at it, folks. I mean, this is very good coverage by Terrell Buckley, but Berline with the confidence to just throw it out there and say, my athlete will outplay your athlete for the ball. Buckley's a great one, but that time he got it done.
Berline is 8 for 12 throwing the ball for 88 yards as Dolphin Brock Marion is shaken up.
Brock Marion, number 31, gets injured on this play. He is back in the secondary. Watch him as he makes the break on the ball. His knee is going to go right into his teammate's helmet. Terrell Buckley, he just got up, I'm happy to report, walking gingerly off the field, but under his own power, so it looks like he's going to be okay. What a great athlete, young Brock Marion.
Out of Nevada, Reno has played on 2 championship teams with the Dallas Cowboys, one under Jimmy Johnson back in '92.
Women in Miami, this is Interior decorator by trade. This guy could hook up your apartment. Brock Marion.
Running wide now is Tim Biakabatuka. His first carry of the season. The former All-American from Michigan, who they thought was going to be a franchise player, but so far after a knee injury he's been limited. An exciting golf event coming up on CBS following football. The Franklin Templeton Shark Shootout. The team of Davis Love III and Brad Faxon leading by just a shot over the host Greg Norman and his partner Elkington and some other very good players. That's coming up next here on CBS.
I'm in my media guide right now, just in case Brock Marion is married, so I can apologize.
Oh, he is, yeah. His wife also works with him in the interior business.
Okay, well, wife, I apologize.
And here now is Beuerlein under pressure. Bobbling the ball. It's on the field. It could be the Dolphins. No, they're going to rule he was down. And Jason Taylor was the guy that got him. And Taylor, who had 5 sacks in the first 4 games for the Dolphins, hadn't had one in the last 5 games till now.
Boy, I tell you, this almost turns into a disaster here. See, that's just good defensive play. Now they have flushed Beuerlein out of it. You see, hands are coming from everywhere. Quarterbacks have to learn how to carry the ball with 2 hands when they're in trouble. Too often they let it go while they're inside of that collapsing pocket. Run around with 1 hand.
Brings up 3rd and short. Dolphin defense digs in. Here's Tim Biakabatuka. He gets stood up hard. I don't know if he got there. Linesman's coming in. And where he's coming in from, it doesn't look like he made it. That the Dolphins held on 3rd and a yard. Zach Thomas, that tough Texas Tech Raider, busted through along with 59 Derek Rogers.
Well,
I'd go for it. You're 1-8.
Well, Biaka had the bounce back right there. See, that is enough to destroy a running play. Anytime you have to make a correction early in the course of a running play like that, you get penetration from the defense. Basically, everything is destroyed.
What a form tackle also, Beasley, by Zach Thomas.
Well, he does that.
He stood him up straight. I don't think he's there where the linesman came in from. We'll see when they stretch it out. He is not by, man, a lot.
In the NFL, that's a mile.
And out comes the punter, Ken Walter.
Appropriately so.
1-point game, 7-6.
There goes Zach Thomas. Been beating people up. Now he's going to go sit down and get a little break.
Every game he delivers the goods. Zach Thomas has tackle count up to 7 already today. His mom used to send him negative articles that people wrote about him when he was in the training camp. Danny Villa in as the long snapper. Here is the ball hit downfield. It's shanked by Walter.
That is not good. Uh-oh, we got to fight. We got to fight.
Yes, we do. They're starting up after the shank punt. It was only 25 yards.
Bad blood starting already out here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 43, kicking team after the play was over. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Wow. Jerron Bolden, who's been cut by 2 teams, a very aggressive special teamer, gets some hard words from his coach as he costs his ball club a long penalty on the personal foul. Covering the kick, so a short punt and then the penalty. Monday on CBS, is Raymond a prisoner in his own marriage? Find out as King of Queens Kevin James drops in on Everybody Loves Raymond. It's all part of Shameless Crossover Monday right here on CBS.
Well, that ought to be funny. You get everybody mixed and matching in. That should be fantastic. All right, there's my man, Kevin Green. And there's my man, Danny Marino.
Dan Marino goes to the run. Abdul-Jabbar cutting back, a first down carry. Good yards, but now the marker comes in. The back judge fires it in. Could be a hold. Mike Barrow and Eric Davis were on the staff, and the signal this time is against the Dolphins as they continue to hold to a 1-point lead with just 3:48 to play in the first half.
Illegal block in the back. Number 86, offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
You can't do that.
First down.
But I love it when wide receivers block downfield. I mean, that's how you turn a 8-yard gain into a touchdown.
This is good when they block.
Who does it good? The Denver Broncos are the best at it. That McCaffrey is a monster.
Fantastic.
And that's the difference between a great football team and just a good one.
Pitch back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. First and 15. He turns the corner. And with a burst of speed, the former UCLA All-American shoots up the sideline. And he gets ahead inside the 45-yard line of the Panthers. As we go back to New York, and here's Jim.
All right, Don, Tennessee 2 weeks ago pounded Pittsburgh at the Steelers' home, and now Steve McNair has given them the lead with the touchdown pass to Willie Davis, and we have 4:50 to go before halftime. Let's go back to you.
And here we have 3:10 to go before halftime as Dan Marino and the Dolphins, who scored first on a 92-yard drive today, have not put up points since, go back to the run on second down. Running the ball hard, and Abdul-Jabbar is ahead for close to first down yardage, stopped by Greg Lloyd.
Abdul-Jabbar has got one of the best stop starts, quick burst acceleration in the league. This is a small guy by running back standards. This is not what they're looking for today. You know, they're looking for the short guy like 5'10", 225 to 30 pounds. And what Abdul brings to the game is that quickness, that start-stop, and he's very effective.
Kareem comes in as the leading rusher for the Dolphins, over 600 yards, 3.5 a carry, scored his 5th touchdown of the season today. Jimmy Johnson in his 3rd year as coach of the Dolphins, and he was looking to be in the Super Bowl when in the 3rd year, and that could happen. If they can ever battle their way, they'd be tough to beat, because as every Dolphin fan knows, Super Bowl 33 will be at Pro Player Stadium, home field of the Dolphins, where the Dolphins are unbeaten this year, 5-0. They are 1-3 on the road, though. And ripped up is Abdul-Jabbar as he tries to rock it into a gap. Jason Peter got him. Abdul-Jabbar, Beasley, getting a lot of work.
Yeah, well, you know, he's got 83 yards already, so you work a guy that's got 83 yards.
11 carries.
This is just a hand. Watch Greg Lloyd just stretch out the left hand at the last second. Abdul-Jabbar's got great balance. You won't see that very often. That's just good flexibility by Greg Lloyd there with a nice play.
2 minutes.
Now a timeout is signaled for on the field. Dolphins' Dan Marino wants to get some sideline counsel back after this.
If you were to take away all the luxury cars on this road, priced above $30,000, without such luxuries as Bose CD audio system, leather.
Important drive for the Dolphins, leading by 1, time becoming a factor here in the first half. As you see, the Dolphins running the ball well. They've already run the ball today 24 times. That's what Jimmy Johnson wants, and his counterpart Don Capers said he wants to run it 30 times a game if they can.
If you're sitting in Fort Lauderdale thinking that Miami ought to be running away with this, Capers' team has lost 6 of their 8 games by a touchdown or less.
This
is a team that hangs in there.
But they sure do. This could be a last play game. And look at this run by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The rushing numbers build, and it's first and goal for the Dolphins down to the 7-yard line.
Tell you, this guy is literally unbelievable. Always, you know, no matter which way he goes, he's looking for the cutback, and then watch him weave. All right, he goes here. There's the cutback. And then watch him find the back door again. Here's another cutback. He's a cutback runner. Watch at the end how he covers up with 2 hands. You can always depend on the guy. He does not make mistakes. He's a fantastic runner.
And having one of his best days as he gets him down close now, and the Dolphins perhaps ready to go in for their 2nd touchdown of the day.
You know, 5'10", 205 is small in the league.
Don Criqui with Beasley Reese at sold-out Ericsson Stadium. So the game plan of Jimmy Johnson working. He's going to pound the ball at him every play if he can, with the great passer Marino always ready and wait to get it downfield. But so far, game plan working. It's a tough game, though, will be till the end.
Well, it's a safe way to go. You know, when you run the ball, and you have to run to win championships. I mean, everybody knows that in the league.
Yeah, well, they're going to do that all the way, because they say if you have a great defense and a good running game, you've got a real shot. If you have a great pass offense and a lousy defense, you have a chance to win nothing at all in this league.
Some of the old guys will tell you, you know, there's 3 things that can happen when you throw a ball, and 2 of them are bad.
Coming up on the NASDAQ Amex halftime report, join Jim Nantz, Marcus Allen, Brent Jones, and George Seifert for all the scores and highlights, plus a preview of the final round of the Franklin Templeton Shark Shootout. That's all coming up on the NASDAQ Amex halftime report. Our producer today for CBS Sports, Al Szymanski, director J.D. Hansen, executive producer Terry Ewert. Beautiful day in Charlotte, North Carolina, as the Dolphins try to get it in the end zone, and look at that textbook hit by Greg Lloyd, who goes boom on the ball carrier and knocks him down for a loss.
That was about as good as it gets. Watch Greg Lloyd, number 95. Watch him explode into the runner, gather himself, and then spring like off of a diving board, putting Kareem on his back and celebrating.
So now, tested mightily will be the Carolina defense, which has struggled particularly against the pass. Marino on 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. Dan Marino cocks and fires. He's got his man, and Lamar Thomas flies into the end zone. A penalty marker's down in the backfield. We'll have to wait on that, as Dan Marino's waiting to see if he got his 397th career touchdown. Apparently the signal's going to be against Carolina. It is. Oh, it's against Miami.
Interference, number 86, offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Oronde Gadsden and Marino furious. So the Dolphins, instead of celebrating Beasley, set back.
See, what you do is you get traffic in there and picks, and you pick off defenders, and as a result, a receiver comes free. Let me tell you something. Dan Marino is about as mad as I've seen him in a few years.
Beautiful looking play, but apparently it was opened up by the pick you were talking about.
Oh, that was definitely a pick. You see, man-for-man coverage down there is not wise, because the receivers can pick you off of the guy that you're supposed to cover. Most people run a zone in those areas nowadays.
Now a whole new challenge at 2nd and goal from the 20. Marino swings it out, gets his man, cutting inside is O.J. McDuffie. Look at this play. He's down to the goal line and loses the ball. They're going to rule he's down. Tried to slam it in. A whole lot of stuff happening here. A 19-yard gain.
The execution on that offensive play was splendid. This is almost like a wide pitch.
Now just 8 seconds to play in the half.
Watch this. We're going to move up here, come back there, bam, real quick. Good blocking out front instantly, and then the cutback young runners. You have got to find the back door. That's where the money is made in the National Football League.
Ernest Jones finally got him down, so Marino thought a play later he might have had that 397th touchdown pass. He has 11 for this season.
Watch the effort at the end of the play, Don. That man was trying to get to the end zone.
Once again, the officials right on top of it. The Browns did not cause a fumble, so the ball was down.
The tackler had already pinned Lamar's knee to the ground, so he was down already by the time that ball hit the ground. I don't think there's much controversy there.
Now here's an interesting play call, because just 8 seconds left. They try to run and don't get in. You don't have time to get another one off. 3rd down coming up.
That's a good point. Either they run it now and go for it all, or by throwing a pass, Danny can throw it away and at least secure the field goal. I would run it.
Let's see. I set. Avery's the eye back. He takes it over the top. Ball's free. It is picked up and downed, and now they're going to really cut the plane.
And Dan Marino called timeout so fast he might have stopped.
Got a second. There's a second left, so he'll get another play.
You got to play 14 years to think that fast.
How about 16 years?
I stand corrected. You have to play 16 years to think that fast.
Look at that. Over the top.
Yeah, but Dan's calling timeout like right now. Boy, what?
The game clock. 2 seconds.
Brent Alexander hits him and stops the touchdown.
2 seconds
for the
on
moment.
the game clock, please.
Well, we know, Beasley, this is going to be the last play. Yeah, that was as fast a timeout call as you're going to see.
Well, Johnson was hitting for the timeout on the sideline, but believe me, way before Coach Johnson thought about it, Dan Marino was already running toward the official to get a timeout.
But after the ball is recovered by Frank Wainwright, one of the tight ends, they're going to set up for a field goal. Not going to risk trying to get in from the 4. Mare has been automatic inside 49 yards, and he is again. So Olindo Mare on the final play of the first half extends the Dolphins' lead to 10-6. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this message and a word from your local station. Lots of good stuff to come. Now here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Abdul-Jabbar has done one fantastic job all day long. Finding holes, cutting back, and setting up great scores at the end. Watch how he protects the play. This is just a super running attack by the Dolphins.
Kareem with the only touchdown of this day, a 2-yard run to cap that long opening drive of the Dolphins when they went 92 yards in 11 plays. It was Kevin Green, Beasley.
Kevin Green has been the star defensively for Carolina. Here almost forcing an interception. He's already picked up one interception on the day and has a knockdown.
And Danny Villa, our guy, the chimney sweep, who had retired to go to chimney sweeping with his father-in-law, long snapping beautifully today. He has set up both field goals with good snaps. That's been a big problem for Carolina.
So far, Danny has been absolutely perfect. Remember, he told me that the motion that you make when you clean a chimney, very much the same as the motion of a long snapper, and so far he is perfect.
And so now it is the Dolphins and Olindo Mare who will kick off to start the second half. And plenty of fast people on the field on both sides. Those coming down to cover the kick and those waiting to bring it back. Back deep for Carolina is Dwight Stone, number 80, a former Pittsburgh Steeler, who is a flyer. There's Dwight Stone. 2 years ago, Ericsson Stadium looked like it might be the home of champions in years to come. And now the Panthers battling for respectability with just one win in 9 games this season, but very much in this one. The Dolphins, of course, the pressure on. They're 6-3, tied with the Jets for the lead in the AFC East. And the Jets today in a battle, as you saw at halftime at Indianapolis. Here comes Dwight Stone. Markers down again. Never fails as the kick will be come back. There's probably a blocking foul on the return team, Carolina.
Well, you know, I'm to the point where I just think it's a joke. Almost every kick.
Holding number 39 on the return. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Why even run the thing back? Every game that we do, every weekend, there's a penalty. I think it's poor coaching by the special teams coaches. It is a lack of concentration and discipline by these young football players. It's almost a joke now. Every kick there's a penalty.
It's amazing. Every kick return, it seems there's a penalty.
And we're looking at 50-yard kickoffs returned and then have to go back to the 15 or 20-yard line because some bozo reading the guy's number. It used to be simple. If you can read his name on the back of his jersey, don't hit him.
Hold.
All right, I'm through.
Okay, well, you're right. I mean, you played a lot of special teams, and it never used to be like this where everything seems to come back.
It's poor discipline and poor coaching by the special teams coaches.
Here's Beuerlein on first down, makes a throw. Wesley Walls, throw it to him, and he's got it every time. He just doesn't drop balls, Wesley Walls. Zach Thomas knocks him down. First down throw, good for about 5.
I just don't know how good that guy is. You know, he is perfect, finding seams and zones. Very good hands. He's having a huge day so far. 4 catches, 55 yards. That's a contribution.
27 catches for the season, 2 for touchdowns. Only scoring for Beuerlein and the Panthers, though, has been field goals. John Casey has hit 2. They go back to the run. Running high with the ball is Tim Biaka Batuka. came in as the 8th pick in the whole draft. First round. They thought they had a franchise guy. Then he had a knee injury his first year. Required major surgery. I still think he's got tremendous potential, and he's a guy that's working hard to get back to where they thought he would be one day. 3 carries today, his first 3 of the season. Good for just 11 yards.
Well, he's a good football player, and he's going to come back. Also back in the game for folks in Miami, Brock Marion is back in the football game, so that's super news. You can take a deep breath. Everything's okay.
Dolphin safety knocked down and had a contusion on his leg. He's okay. Here's a throw. Look at that catch for a first down. Coming out of the backfield is Anthony Johnson, the 8-year running back from Notre Dame, who came in here as a free agent and rushed for over 1,000 yards his first year here.
Well, if you look at this team, you say, what in the world's wrong? You know, because they have weapons. People can throw and catch. The Panthers have people who can throw and catch. They've had trouble with injuries. It is simply that. This is still a very good football team. You know, they've had a real tough schedule also.
And they're in every game, just like this one. There's Brock Marion. Here comes the blitz. To the run they go. Biaka Batuka shows some of those vaunted moves and breaks into open field. And the Carolinians here at Ericsson Stadium give him a big salute. An 18-yard gain, and that means so much more than just 18 yards to him and to this franchise, because it's an indication, Beasley, with that quick move to the outside, he's got his burst back.
Well, we were told that he would get a big shot today, and we can see it. You know, I was talking about this team playing tough teams. Carolina played the Atlanta, and we thought Atlanta was just a regular old Atlanta at the beginning of the season. Now we know Atlanta is one of the premier teams in the league. Green Bay at Atlanta. I mean, they play tough teams.
What?
Buffalo, you see, still holding to a lead on New England. Darrell Gardner getting pressure on Beuerlein, one of those big defensive tackles.
Look at Atlanta. We talk about premier team on top of San Francisco in overtime.
Redskins, a troubled team, but winning today. Beuerlein 10 of 15 throwing the ball today for 97 yards. Dolphins, when they lead at halftime, it's good news for Miami fans. The Dolphins are 5-0 this season when leading at the half, as they have been today. They were up 10-6 where it stands now. Shane Burton makes the stop on big William Floyd, the former Seminole from Florida State. Carolina, they go into a sinking spell in the third quarter, Beasley.
Well, you look at the, you know, outscored 82-30. I mean, shutout, interceptions, fumbles. It's been a nightmare in the third quarter. So believe me, the coaches right now, there's Tom Capers. These guys are like holding their breath right now, hoping they can get through this third quarter and still be in the football game and able to win it in the fourth. Miami has had trouble closing teams in the fourth.
Beuerlein gets some time. Now he throws on the run, and inaccurately, he under pressure tried to get the ball to Muhsin Muhammad and could not do it. So on third down, the Carolina drive stalls, and the Panthers have to punt the ball. So the Dolphins ready to get their first possession of the second half. O.J. McDuffie's dropping back.
Well, Steve had all the time in the world, and that's why you'll see he's very upset at the end of this play. You know, when you give a good quarterback time, he's got to find somebody. He found someone, but it was a tough throw. That's one of those across-the-body throws.
Okay, all right, don't hold.
There's the punt hit downfield. McDuffie comes up on it. And the ball will carry him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. But we have a penalty marker down in the near where the punter was. A personal foul being signaled. Somebody roughed the punter, and the offense is coming back out for the Panthers.
Well, it's a kick, so naturally there's a penalty. Because some of these guys
foul,
are like
roughing the kicker, number 53, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Some of these special teams players should be wearing a clown suit.
Oh man.
Oh, that's dangerous. See, you have to protect the guy that is in that vulnerable of a position.
Larry Izzo, a very good special teams player. 53 was the guy who hit him, so the drive stays alive.
Now that was Izzo's penalty, was a extreme effort penalty. I mean, that happens. Izzo was in the air.
Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach, shaking his head. Panthers down by 4. Drive alive here in the third quarter on the penalty. On the run goes Tim Biakabatuka. Zach Thomas gets him on the field, but he does it 8 yards downfield. So all of a sudden, touchdown Tim, as they call him at Michigan, starting to look good as a pro.
I tell you what, he just showed me something.
He can bounce.
Yeah, nice bounce. And then he put himself in a position where the defenders took the blow with that little shake right at the end of the play. Here's an example of what I mean. There's the skip and the bounce. You've got to be special to do this. Now watch at the end of the play how he makes sure that he's able to run over the defender by putting the defender in a bad balance position.
He's got some size too. Here's a throw downfield. Muhsin Muhammad is separated from the ball at the goal line by Brock Marion.
Well, they better be glad Brock Marion is back in the game. A lesser man, that's a touchdown. Great effort, super throw. Brock Marion makes a great play there.
Brock's dad, Jerry Marion, played in the National Football League back in 1967. He was a Pittsburgh Steeler for just one season, got hurt, but he's always been the inspiration for Brock Marion. There's the 67 Steelers. And fine-looking young receiver there, number 85.
I tell you, it looks like he spit Brock out on the ground, did Jerry. They look exactly alike. Both very handsome men. Is it wrong for me to recognize that?
They certainly are. Brock's career went better than his dad's, but we'll be back after this. Jimmy Johnson, just the third head coach in Dolphin history. George Wilson and Don Shula for 26 seasons, and now Jimmy Johnson.
That's stability.
Yeah, that's
it's unheard of.
There's Brock Marion. Made a big play at the goal line, separating the receiver from the ball. Would have been a touchdown. Third down and about 1.5 yards for the Panthers. They're going to throw. Timing throw. This Walls is just tremendous.
He doesn't miss.
The big man from Ole Miss just keeps making play after play.
Let's go back to Brock Marion and take a look at a super play he made. Otherwise, this would be Miami trailing. That is a safety protecting the middle of the field. Great play by a young safety. There's a better look at Jerry Marion, his dad. As I said, two very handsome men, father and son.
Said that Brock said the one thing he learned from his dad, always look people right in the eye when you talk to them. That's the single most important thing you can do to show respect to someone else. And he likes that firm handshake also. That time Tim Biakabatuka got a firm hit. That was from Terrell Buckley.
It's Terrell Buckley, and it's also number 31. He must know we're talking about him because Brock Marion comes in like a good safety, rolls over the top and gets him a little Biakabatuka.
Brock Marion thought he was going to come to the NFL just to be a special teams player. He was a very good kick blocker at Nevada Reno. And then he got his chance to play at Dallas, started on 2 Super Bowl winners. Beuerlein gets some time, makes it this Wesley Walls. 7th catch for Wesley Walls.
Now I'll tell you why that's a difficult catch, Don. He has to reach out and catch it after the ball crosses his face line. Your eyes can't move quickly enough. Look at this. Your eyes cannot move quickly enough to follow this ball as it flies past your face. So you have to project. Look at it, catch it out in front of it.
That's exactly right.
You have to project where the ball is going to be. That takes a great receiver.
Well, today, Wesley Walls having his best game of the season. That's his 7th catch for 70 yards today. And it's a 3rd down now and less than a yard again. Remember that Beuerlein threw on 3rd and short the last time. This time he goes to Floyd. And the big back, who was really an enemy, an avowed enemy of these Panthers when he played for the 49ers. He came out and challenged him before it went late in the season when Carolina went out there in '96. Didn't work. Carolina won the game and ended up winning the division.
Well, it looks like they are going to take a measurement. If I'm Dom Capers, this time I go for it.
Could be the nose of the ball.
If they don't have it, I say, hey,
this is really close.
Do you want to win? I call a basic running play and just ask them. I send, you know, over the little headphone thing. I tell Beuerlein to ask them, do you want to win? Let's see what happens. No trick stuff. I don't want to see a reverse.
Fourth down, less than a yard.
Here we go.
Power package comes in.
All right, I'm glad Don Capers and I think alike.
You got to win games by going for it.
Let's bring it, baby.
Sold out Ericsson Stadium. They're standing and cheering. Jason Taylor trying to get those Dolphin fans that are here to make some noise.
Oh, there's a considerable number of Dolphin fans here. Big play.
Jakob Etuka is the I-back. I don't think he got there.
You know, if I was Capers, I'd kick the field goal.
Yeah, now we would. That was 4th down.
Nah, you got to go for it, man.
They didn't get there. The Dolphins stand tall. On a 4th and less than a yard, Miami throws back and slams the door and takes over the ball.
Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Mitsubishi Motors, the all-new 1999 Galant, wake up and drive. And by the United States Postal Service.
Thank WBTV, some of the famed call letters in the Mid-South, the CBS affiliate, for providing the aerial beauty shots. Special thanks to station manager Ron Miller. Dan Marino and the Dolphins holding to a 4-point lead, 10-6. You see 7:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. That time the gap is filled as they try the cutback run. Miami, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar runs
Let
the
me
ball.
show you what they try to do. They switch tackles. They put Rob Bollinger on the right side. It did not work. Number 52, Robert Jones, and Zach Thomas, 54, penetrating instantly to stop that big 4th down play.
Almost looked Beasley like a man with the good hands, a tight end. Big guy Wesley Walls using those big hands to hold there, but they rule not. Here come the Dolphins on 2nd and long. Quick hitter. Mike Barrow fills the gap, puts a strike on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but the gain is out to the 24-yard line. 3rd down comes up for Marino and the Dolphins. We thought they had a touchdown at the end of the 1st half, but it was negated on a blocking foul called on Gadsden. They ended up settling for a field goal in the final play. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. Miami rushing is a priority, and rushing the ball they've been doing. You see that. Marino in 3rd down, quick out, gets the ball. Lamar Thomas is taken down. Beautifully defended by number 56, Mike Barrow.
It was that play again. It's the play that they ran down to the goal line where Lamar Thomas put the ball at the 1. They tried it again. This time Carolina was ready for it. Everybody's flowing quickly to the ball. Led by Barrow.
Barrow is a very expensive free agent and a very money well spent, coming in from the Oilers. Unrestricted free agent. Here is Winslow Oliver.
Okay. Don't hold.
Not been returning as well as he had in past seasons. A tremendous punt hit all the way back, and Oliver.
What a great punt.
Man, angled to the sideline. He had to catch it out of bounds. So beautifully done by Klaus Wilmsmeyer, and the NFL on CBS continues after this.
Now there are 2 martial artists in this game. Greg Lloyd is a black belt.
Is he?
And Kevin Donnelly is a come out of some invisible pockets. He's starting to cloak, as they say, if you're a Star Trek fan. Watch at the end of the play here how it looks like he's all bottled up, like right there. See how he disappears and then bounces out of the crowd on these guys. He's got 52 yards rushing right now in 11 tries.
And the Dolphins are in the red zone. This is 25th time they've been in the red zone, and they've scored every time this season in the red zone inside the 20. Here's a throw and a catch. Good to see O.J. McDuffie back making plays after he was shaken up a little bit earlier, taken down by Eric Davis. Dolphins have a mighty December coming up. You talk about the 7 labors of Hercules. They've got to go against so many great teams: Oakland, Denver, the Jets, and then in Atlanta to close the season, all in December.
That's going to be, and that's why Coach Jimmy Johnson was telling us November is very important. They've got to get through the Carolinas in the league before they run into all you know what in December.
Straight ahead give. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes back in and bangs it down to the 5-yard line, just short of a first down. 3rd and short. You remember the Dolphins struggled at the end of the first half down here. Touchdown call back and a blocking foul. As the 3rd quarter is winding down and out. And the Dolphins will take their winnings through 3 quarters to the other end of the field. Abdul-Jabbar, 17 carries today. He's really put up big numbers.
It's 125 yards rushing for Abdul-Jabbar, and now they're working on Avery to get him 100.
We'll be back to Ericsson Stadium right after this message and a word from your local station. Dan Marino, the man that Kevin Donnelly, his teammate, calls a coach in the huddle, trots back out to the Dolphin huddle as they're challenging now, leading the game 10-6, and second half scoring
has not been good. 3rd quarter, you see how they were tremendously outnumbered, and even in the 4th quarter outscored. So the Dolphins have to prove something here, proving they can close. That was the theme of the week from Coach Jimmy Johnson. Close games in the 4th quarter.
Gave up 2 4th quarter touchdowns last week. And up inside of the 4-yard line. You can often identify championship teams by how they play on the road, and Jimmy Johnson says his Dolphins have to get better at that.
Well, this is a tough
disappointing
situation.
Play of our team on the road. We had leads in the 4th quarter against Jacksonville and Buffalo and lost both ball games, and we can't play that way if we're going to win the division, so we've got to pick up our play in the 4th quarter.
Dolphins 5-0 at home, 1-3 on the road, as he pointed out, led at Jacksonville and at Buffalo in the 4th quarter, only to lose those games. So they come in today 1-3 on the road, and they won't get in the end zone again this time as Olindomare is back out. He's been tremendous. Everything goes through. 50 yards in. He hasn't missed this season, Olindomare, and he builds the lead now to 13-6. Dolphins kick off when we come back. Almost all the 4th quarter to go. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese, Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Dolphins, after the field goal by Olindomare, ready to have him kick it off. Carolina now with Beuerlein. They'll probably be throwing more, trying to get the ball down the field. Rocket Ismail's been awful tough for the Dolphins to cover in this game, as has tight end Wesley Walls. Michael Bates, who was an Olympic sprinter, both arms on the ball, and he drives it across the 20-yard line to the 23. So Carolina ready to come out with its offense. Last consult for Steve Beuerlein.
It's a collective organism.
But where does a kid from Brooklyn find a cybernetic organism?
He got it on the web.
On the web. The web. Of course. E-business is everywhere.
Where else would you buy a Borg?
So there's a place where you can find out about the new movie Star Trek Insurrection and see one incredible online store. The mystery of e-commerce. Solved with the help of IBM. The Star Trek online store. An IBM e-business.
The truck. The award. The new Chevy Silverado. The Motor Trend Truck of the Year. It's bigger, it's more powerful. It's the truck from Chevrolet.
CBS Tuesday. Max stands accused of a shocking crime, and harm is her only defense.
Do you want to know if I killed him?
All new Jag, CBS Tuesday.
Carolina Panthers down by 7 on their home field to the favored Dolphins. Total yards. Miami's defense standing tall, keeping this team down to under 200 yards through 3 quarters of play. Beuerlein with a first down. He is indeed going to put it up right away. Nowhere to go, and he's sacked. So Jason Taylor comes out of his sack slump with 2 today. 7 for the season for Jason Taylor.
Top of your screen, the right tackle, number 76, driven all the way back, and that's what absolutely collapsed the pocket. And that's the reason that Beuerlein had to come out of there before he really wanted to.
Jason Taylor, if he's not the best dressed man in the NBA, certainly a contender. But they're not worried about that fine suiting that he wears, as Trace Armstrong, who's gone 3 games without a sack, gets his 7th of the year. All of a sudden, the Dolphin pass rush erupts.
You see the sack drop off in the first 6 games. Trace with 6, last 3 with none. So believe me, he's excited. Also, young Jason Taylor that Don was just talking about, 5 in the first 3 games, last 6 none. So these guys are picking up a few sacks today.
Here's a guy that has to eat 6,000 calories a day, Jason Taylor, just to keep his body weight. He's listed at 260. He weighs 248. He said everybody tells him it's a good problem to have. He can eat nonstop and not gain weight. So his problem is he's got to gain weight.
Yeah, defensive end at his size, that's you're an endangered species. So he's got to pick up some weight. Good player, though.
I'm out on the field with Miami up by a touchdown.
And the longest lasting trucks on the road, Budweiser. Now is the perfect time to enjoy a fresh, cold Beechwood aged Budweiser. And by Energizer Advanced Formula. No battery lasts longer.
Back to the stadium, and the Carolina Panthers break the huddle with a pressure down now, down by 7 early in the 4th quarter. Jimmy Johnson. Somebody asked him who was the 3 best coaches in the NFL. He said the last 3 to win Super Bowls. That's the bottom line. Beuerlein stands in, makes the throw. It's incomplete as the Dolphins heat up their pass rush again and knock Beuerlein down just as he releases the ball. And so all of a sudden, Jason Taylor has unlocked the pass blocking of the Carolina Panthers. He's getting in on Beuerlein every play.
Well, they found a guy right out here, number 76. Norberto is really having trouble. Look how quickly he loses his man. That's the 3rd play in a row where he either allowed the pressure to run Beuerlein out or caused Beuerlein to get sacked.
Now they put on the punt block. Don't get to it. Ball hit well downfield. Terrell Buckley at his 27-yard line. Some blockers align, and then he's caught. And he will be thrown down by Dwight Stone at the 31-yard line. So the Dolphins, they start up after the play, a 52-yard punt and then just a 4-yard return.
Yeah, you can stay, but keep your hands to yourself.
Together, they're the LAPD's most lethal combination. Arsenio Hall teams up with Sammo Hung in the #1 new drama.
That's all I know, really.
An all-new episode of Martial Law, CBS Saturday.
We're back at sold-out Ericsson Stadium. Tim Ruddy, a top center, will be down over the ball. Talk about a smart guy, number 61. 1,500 on his SATs. Perfect A average in engineering at Notre Dame, Tim Ruddy. He gets A's as an offensive center as the ball is handed off, and for not very much. Tonight on CBS, see how Annie Sullivan sacrificed her life to bring light to Helen Keller in the sequel to The Miracle Worker. Roma Downey and Moira Kelly star in Monday After the Miracle. That's tonight on CBS. Miami's play selection leaning heavily towards the run.
Well, they said they want to rush it. 31 rushes, 17 passes on the day.
2nd and 9. Will Marino pass now? He will not. He goes to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he gets to the 35-yard line, stopped by Greg Lloyd, as the Panther defense now tightens up, looking to get the ball back.
Very different Miami offense. We are accustomed to seeing Dan Marino sling it downfield. More of a swashbuckling type of performance. Conservative offense, you know, sometimes during close games. I mean, this team is allowing Carolina to hang around at 13-6.
They are.
They're putting up yards, but they're not putting up scores.
A lot of time left, as you see, down to 11:35 to play. Third down. Marino and the Dolphins need 7. Markers thrown before the snap of the ball. Sean Gilbert, right defensive end for the Carolina Panthers, held out all of last season and then signed a $46.5 million contract.
Ball start, number 74, offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Well, here's Sean Gilbert, number 94 at the top of your screen. He fakes the rush and got somebody moving there.
You know, Gilbert's numbers are look at the contract that he signed.
$5 million a sack is the way it plays out so far. $200,000 a tackle.
I mean, its appropriate title is Any Man Worth It. That's an incredible amount of money when Kevin Greene is out playing him by 10 times 10.
And as we'll see in a moment, he's earns as much as the whole Carolina defense, but now the second sack of the day. Busting through to make the play is Ernest Jones. They weren't even sure they were going to activate Ernest today, but they did, and he gets through, and the Dolphins have to punt.
That was a rattler sack. It's coming from this end of your screen. It's going to hit Dan Marino square in the back. It's beautiful technique. You see Kevin Greene force Dan Marino to kind of take a half step back right into the path of a knockout blow.
That's okay. Here's the punt. Hit downfield by Klaus Wilmsmeyer. It'll be run back. Winslow Oliver. He's not done till he gets to the Dolphin 40-yard line. Will it be the last play of the game that decides this one? We were looking for that from the outset.
Well, we talked about Miami allowing Carolina to hang around, and all you have to do is allow momentum to change with a play like this. A big sack on a god in Dan Marino. That gets the crowd pumped up. And then a return like this, that gets the crowd pumped up.
And Winslow Oliver running the punt back 16 yards to give field position to Beuerlein on the offense inside the Miami 40. He gets time this time.
Guess who?
Wesley Walls with yet another catch. This one's good for a first down. A 12-yard gain down to the 27-yard line.
Defensive coordinators are so reluctant to double team a tight end. In fact, they haven't practiced it all year. Tight ends are no longer in the game of the National Football League. They are primarily an extra tackle. They all weigh 260, 270. Walls is a throwback to 10 years ago when the tight end used to catch 8-10 passes a game, and he is one of the best.
Says Brent Jones of CBS, a good friend of his, but he couldn't get on the field playing behind him at San Francisco. But today, as a Panther, he has 8 catches. Here's a blitz and a sack. Coming off the flank was Robert Jones. And what a comeback story Robert Jones is, the former Cowboy, drafted #1 by Jimmy Johnson at Dallas back in '92. He ended up at St. Louis. We'll watch him come in on the sack 52. On the far outside, you'll see him come in. And then he was cut by the Rams, came here as a free agent. When he was cut, he got a pink sheet that had on it, did not meet expectations. Robert Jones keeps that cut sheet, that pink sheet, in the glove compartment of his car, and he looks at it every day before he comes to practice or plays a game. It's a big motivator. He went from being a #1 on a championship team to being cut outright. This time to throw off the flank on 2nd and 14 to Muhsin Muhammad. It's down to the 26-yard line.
Well, this could be the drive of the game for the Carolina Panthers. In fact, it is.
I think you're right. It's good. Well, he still got 9:18 to go, but they got great field position after the punt return.
Yeah, but they can tie it up. They have to tie it up right here. They got the momentum swing. They're certainly in position.
Watch Mark Carrier. He's being single covered at the top of your screen. You'll see him in a moment as we widen out. There he is at the top. They're down almost 8. Beuerlein throws. Penalty markers down in the backfield. Done the ball in. It's incomplete at the 15-yard line. Ismail and Carrier running crossing patterns, but it would all come back even if they caught it. as the Panthers are called for offensive holding. That gives us a chance to go back to
holding
today.
Number 67, offense.
All right, here you go, Don. Watch this. Drew Bledsoe to the fastest man in the draft, the speedster from North Carolina State, Tony Simmons, in for the touchdown. But the Bills are driving. They're inside the 20 with 7:40 to go. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim. And so the Panthers drive stalls now, and they'll try a field goal. The hold is at the 33-yard line, a 43-yarder. Don Casey booms the ball. He can hit it far, and he hits it right through the middle. So that new snapper, the chimney sweeper, Danny Villa, has given the ball back, served it up perfectly for the holder. And the field goal attempts have been good every time today. 3 for 3. And the game tightens up all the more. It is 13-9, and the Dolphins get it when the NFL on CBS continues.
That really sets a bad precedent. Rich, you know, you played in Disneyland, a perfect organization. Everything went right there. Let me tell you, well, you're in a country club.
He did what he needed to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Marcus Allen, it's a good thing you stayed with football.
For all the latest on the NFL, watch the NFL Today, Sunday at noon Eastern on CBS.
Why is the King of Queens so happy? He's hitting the road with Ray Romano.
It's better than sex, and it takes less oil.
An all-new King of Queens, CBS Monday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM. Are you ready for e-business? And by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
We're back at Ericsson Stadium. Casey hitting his third field goal of the day. He's accounted for all the Carolina scoring. It's a 13-9 game. Dan Marino and the Dolphins holding to the 4-point lead. So the Panthers have to get it back and score a touchdown to win this in regulation at least. It's not going to be overtime with a 4-point margin at this point, as Dan Marino treasures every moment. Like Joe Montana, he wants to keep the Sunday afternoons coming as long as he can, but he knows it won't be forever. Every season could be the last.
You never know what the circumstances are going to be, injury or you never know. And you want to take advantage of your opportunities, and I believe we're going to have a good opportunity if we can continue to play well, which I think we will.
Dan Marino still waiting for that championship season, maybe the greatest passer of all time. Certainly the numbers would indicate that. Approaching 60,000 passing yards, almost 400 touchdown throws. No one else is in shouting distance of those numbers. He'll look to get first downs and move the chains if he can here, and he goes right to the run. Panthers hunting the ball. They hit the ball carrier Abdul-Jabbar hard. Damian Richardson, the rookie strong safety, is the lead tackler, along with Mike Barrow.
You look at Dan Marino in uniform today, and you see, you know, he's got the chest protector, he's got knee braces, he's got every pad that a quarterback can legally wear. It doesn't paint the picture of the man. We saw him in a business suit yesterday. He looks like $1 million. Looks like he's about 27 years old.
Hey, he's in great shape.
Fantastic shape. Lost weight. Extremely competitive here toward the end.
Losing weight, the better to dodge those pass rushers. Here's Marino standing in, throws a strike, but McDuffie is caught as he gets the ball. That second down play will be short of a first down by about 3 yards. Dan Marino has never been on a championship team. His Central Catholic high school team in Pittsburgh was upset his senior year. They were favorites to win the state championship. In 1982, after an 11-1 junior season at the University of Pittsburgh, Marino and the Pitt Panthers were scheduled, or preseason picks, to be #1 in the country. They were upset 3 times. And of course, with the Dolphins, he's been to 1 Super Bowl. And they got blown out by Montana and the 49ers. Now we have Todd Doxson, and he's an option runner, the backup quarterback. He does get the ball away, and he gets it to Abdul-Jabbar, and he's shut down. So Todd Doxson, who ran this play last week against the Colts, some wondered if it was upsetting to Marino that he was replaced briefly as a quarterback. Well, he tries it again and again. It doesn't do much. Beasley?
Well, he's a fantastic athlete. He comes in this situation. Now, he is the third-string quarterback. I mean, by rights. They play him on special teams. But a super athlete, you know, he can do a couple of things that Dan Marino cannot. That time it did not work.
The punt is hit downfield. Klaus Wilmsmeyer. There's Winslow Oliver again, and he is a terrific special teams cover tackle. 46-yard punt and just a 5-yard return. Robert Jones, that comeback guy, the guy who looks at the cut slip every day, is the man who makes the stop. And now they have 70 yards to get to the end zone. Franklin Templeton Shark Shootout is coming up next here on CBS Sports. Greg Norman, after that shoulder surgery, back in good form, it would appear, running second along with those other teams. It's coming up next. But right now, to live action. Here's a throw and a catch. The ball is gunned in to Muhsin Muhammad. There's a terrific catch for a first down. 12 yards.
Big guy, big target, 6'2", 218 pounds. So he can catch those things in the traffic like that. Look at the body size of this guy. Bigger than most defensive cornerbacks. You don't have to wait for him to be open. Just put it in the right place.
Other that array of big receivers around the league. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, Muhsin Muhammad. Out of Michigan State. Very much in size like the big receiver for the Dolphins, Oronde Gadsden. First down. Another throw, another catch. The rocket comes off the flank and coughs it up. And it looks like the Dolphins have the ball.
You never know what's going to happen under that pile.
Oh, bad things can happen. Gnashing of teeth down there.
Right now, that ball can change possessions 3 times.
If they lose it, it'll be the 13th time they've lost a fumble this year, Carolina. They kept it. I think it did change hands down there.
I guarantee you're right. Miami got that ball at first blush. There's the strongest man under the pile, number 84, the tight end.
Luther Broughton.
There's no question about the fumble.
Oh yeah, he wasn't down.
I mean, the Rocket was running. He was trying to. The Rocket was trying to get away. Now watch. See, Miami has it right there, but underneath the pile, the strongest man wins.
He had to wrestle that back. The Dolphins fell right on it. So the Panthers keep their hopes alive, down by 4 in the fourth quarter. Second down. Erline airs it out. Muhsin Muhammad goes for the ball, and the coverage is terrific. Stride for stride down the field was the cornerback Sam Madison. He claims he was interfered with. Number 2 pick out of Louisville a year ago. Personal foul signal.
Well, apparently there's a little situation here with Jason Taylor. Oh man, you see the fight that he just kind of slams Garcia. This is after running into Norberto.
Well, it's always the second guy, right?
It's always the second guy.
You talk making a difficult situation worse.
Look at the look on
Taylor does that game after game. He gets these guys so riled up.
Well, he's so quick, Dunn. It's difficult for these big guys to put up with the 250-pound man.
Will Wolf of the Pittsburgh Steelers says if he wasn't as mature now, he'd try to end Jason Taylor's career. He said Taylor tried to gouge his eyes. That was his claim. One man's word against another. Here is a throw downfield. The ball is caught by Brian Walker on an interception, and the Dolphins take it back. Jason Taylor having a tremendous game today with 2 sacks after that long drought and constant pressure.
That's a freebie interception for Walker there. You see, Coach likes it. Coach Johnson likes it. But here at the end of this play, Steve Berline has all the time in the world. Now, this offensive line has been doing a poor job, but here he's got time to look and really survey. You see tight end Wesley Walls kind of stops on the pattern, and 3 Dolphins were fighting for that football.
Now Berline can only look and see a hope gone as he let that ball fly downfield, and the Dolphin right in position to intercept. And now Miami tries to run some more time, but the Panthers still fighting to get it back, and still a lot of time left. Almost 5 minutes to go. Abdul-Jabbar stopped by Sean Gilbert. Great play. Actually, it was kind of easy, wasn't it, Beasley, for Brian Walker?
That's his second interception today, and both have been basically gifts or tips.
Room service.
Room service. One was the tip off of Wesley Walls that went into his hands. The second interception was the overthrow after Wesley stopped into his hands.
Now the Dolphins up by 4 with the Jets winning at Indianapolis. Need to get first downs to run clock. What does Marino do here? He doesn't want to risk another interception. He's had one in the first half. There, the Panthers slamming the door on the running game of Miami as Mike Fox and Sean Gilbert collapse the offensive blocking and make the stop.
There's some ugliness going on out
There
here,
is.
folks. Let me tell you something. Now, my eyes are everywhere, and these people, it's going to be a big fight here in a minute.
You think it's heating up to that, huh?
I might have to get down there and break them up.
See Marino's numbers for the day. Well, he's going to throw here.
We could have a group fight before this is over.
Lamar Thomas goes wide left. O.J. McDuffie is slotted to the left. Gadsden at the lower portion of your screen. 3rd and 9. Marino from the shotgun. Throwing a catch and a first down for the Dolphins as O.J. McDuffie is down to the 40-yard line. 19-yard gain on 3rd and 9 for Marino and McDuffie.
This is just a great catch. This ball is just a little bit behind O.J. He's able to catch it, and then a quick spin, that 360 move to get around to get the extra yardage.
They say in the Dolphin camp, what better time, what better season for Dan Marino to get the Dolphins back in the Super Bowl in a year, in a season that'll be played on their home field in January 31 at Pro Player Stadium. McDuffie with 6 catches today. Marino now with 4 downs to work to, and he goes right back to the run, and it's been pretty much a brick wall trying to run the ball here in the 4th quarter. Abdul-Jabbar slammed by Mike Barrow. Marino's numbers, though, over the years, it's hard to believe one arm can do all of that. He has 24 NFL regular season passing records.
That's unbelievable. Tied for another 7. 2 NFL single season records. 5,000 and a yard, the only quarterback to do so. I mean, it's just
a lot of people think that 48. Well, it's stood now since 84.
48 in a season.
It's been around a lot longer than that. Marino, a fastball. McDuffie catches it on 2nd and 10. He dives close but short of a first down. But the Dolphins keep the clock running as Beuerlein can only sit and wait and hope and wonder what happened on that last throw.
Joan London for Claritin.
For years, I tried to deal with seasonal allergies. I took a million different kinds of over-the-counter antihistamines, had a cupboard filled with allergy medications. They made me feel drowsy. Then my doctor prescribed non-drowsy, once-a-day Claritin. Claritin works for me.
Claritin has a low occurrence of side effects, such as headache, drowsiness, fatigue, and dry mouth.
After I talked to my doctor...
That he blamed his psychiatrist for the 2 murders he committed. The real surprise was that a jury bought it. 60 Minutes tonight.
Dom Capers, a very good coach, somewhat under fire here in Carolina. His teams dating back to last season have lost 10 of their last 11 games. And so many of them in the final minute. 6 this season in the final minute.
The rushing numbers are really tailing off in the second half. You see how Miami dominated in the first, only 47 second half rushing yards. That's a good sign for Carolina. Bad sign for a team that claims it's going to be a rushing team from now on.
3rd and short. They need a little over a yard. They get it. Ball's on the field. And it looks like that now, but where it's recovered, it's back of the first down mark.
What a strike. I don't know who hit him, but that was a vicious,
that was a full
vicious strike. Right on the football.
They had enough for the first down, but then when the ball was freed, it's knocked back to about the 33-yard line.
3rd and last charge timeout, Carolina.
So the Carolina Panthers have now taken a timeout, but Miami leading in the game, and they knew it would be a battle. They came in as a field goal favorite, leading by 4. Let's watch this again now, Beasley.
Well, you see here, now he's got the first down. Knees are not down as he's stretching. That is a perfectly timed hit. I believe it was Greg Lloyd on the backside.
They free the ball, and now it's going to be, they still don't have the first down, but the game plan was to run the ball.
Yeah, it was Lloyd.
And they have done a good job of that, the Miami Dolphins, for the game, as the statistics show that the Dolphins have run the ball in this game 37 times now, and they have gained 190 yards. So they're averaging 5.1 yards a carry. Carolina defense fighting to get the ball back as Marino comes back from the sideline. Fourth down comes up. 1:51 to play. Carolina Panthers are out of timeout, so they're going to have to drive a long way with no timeouts if they get it back.
Watch McDuffie.
Marino looks, makes the throw, and the catch is made. And that could be the decider. That could knock the lights out for Carolina. As it is a first down, Jimmy Johnson goes off the headset now because he knows the game plan is pretty basic. They have no timeouts. We have the ball and 4 new downs. So let's run it every down and get this thing over with and get out of here with a 4-point win in our uniforms.
Well, I was concerned, if you are a Miami fan, that they allowed Carolina to hang around so long. I knew they would throw the ball in that situation, as I'm sure Carolina did. Question would be inside to McDuffie or out on the outside.
So the Dolphins now ready to win the game out as the Carolina Panthers powerless to stop this clock. Bill George, our CBS statistician, totaling the numbers. So the Dolphins did what they wanted to do. They wanted to come in here and run the ball, and they did. The Shark Shootout is next here on CBS Sports. Greg Norman and his partner Steve Elkington a shot back after yesterday's play.
It's just good to see Norman back. I mean, this guy, I have missed him.
He's a great one, and that could do it. It will. A battle to the end by the Carolina Panthers, but the late interception stopped their drive. The final score, the Miami Dolphins 13, the Carolina Panthers 9. Coming up next, it is the final round of the Franklin Templeton Shark Shootout. First, it'll be the NFL postgame show. Erline getting congratulations, but he's deep in misery after that last interception. Now for Beasley Reese, this is Don Criqui saying so long from Charlotte. This has been the NFL on CBS.